Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to have a look at the next page in your A-level product design coursework, which is the mood board. Now if you did GCSE, you've probably done a mood board before, and probably what happened was you only did it because the teacher told you how to do it and you got a load of random images and then never ever looked at them ever again. Just bear in mind, the same thing sort of applies to what I said about the previous pages in your folder, is that at A-level, if you do a page that is not relevant and you never refer to it again later on in your folder, you will actually be deducted marks. So the actual point of your mood board is actually to feed into what you're doing later on. So it's still mainly a collection of images related to what you're doing, but you have to actually be using it for reference later on. So the kind of things you may use, so maybe things like objects, shapes, colours, patterns. It could be pieces of work, basically anything that sort of gives you inspiration. The other key thing you've got to make sure you're doing is you've got to analyse what you've got and why you've got it as well. And you've got to avoid going, this is blue, this was red, this is big, because that's actually no help to you whatsoever. So for example, say if you're going to do something inspired by nature, so like biomimicry, and you had loads of animals, what you could then do sort of circle sort of shapes that you might then incorporate into buildings or products, whatever the kind of project you're doing is. Same thing sort of goes with patterns, colours, and maybe colour palettes as well. So there's a good website which is color.adobe, which actually do colour palettes, so you can actually sort of go colours that sort of go well together, colours that don't go well together, and you can sort of choose which sort of styles that you like. But remember, the whole idea is, here's the sort of inspiration, things that are standing out to me. Do use pieces of work as well, but obviously you've already got a page in your folder which is existing products. So keep that sort of to a minimum. The rest, it should be objects, shapes, colours, patterns, and then just sort of where you're drawing your inspiration from. So a couple of examples to show you. Also, I forgot to mention that yes, this is secondary research, and also very, very important, make sure you keep the links to every single image you get, because you will have to reference it properly, which is what all these references are at the top. So quite a typical way of sort of doing it is have your mood board and sort of group them together. So I talked about colour palettes and that sort of thing here. So you which colour schemes and palettes you like going together. Examples of sort of processes, shapes, colours, forms, and so on. It's all about why have you got it, what are they showing, and how is it going to inspire you. That's the key bit here. If you see it on here, how are they going to use it, how is it going to inspire you, why have you got it. Talk about nature from before, again, sort of thing about the idea of organic shapes of nature, the biomimicry idea of why you've got what you've got. Okay, so not massively complex page. You may find that you have multiple mood boards, which is fine. I've had it before where people have 2 or 3 mood boards for different groupings of things as well. So it's not massively complex, but do put some thought into what images you're going. Don't just get images because you said Simon said I need a mood board and get loads of random images. It does need to be in theme with the rest of your project and actually have a sense of purpose of why you've got what you've got. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you found that useful. Got any questions, please let me know.